So if you hear my laundry at any point of this video, it's because I'm a very, very big procrastinator and I just hate my life. Just ignore it. I think everybody has one or two games that when they hear about it, either through the news, through an announcement trailer, they just like have an itch in their brain. Do you know what I mean? Like everybody has that one game that they always follow. Take the Souls games, for example. Most people, they follow every little detail about those games from the second they're announced to the second they release. And for me, there is one particular game that's been doing this for quite a while. It's a really odd mix of genres, this game. Honestly, it's probably one of the most fun gaming experiences I've had this year. It's up there with games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Obviously, it is not as good as that game. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying my enjoyment level is very high in this game. And what is this game, you might ask? Well, it is a crab-like, Souls-like adventure titled Another Crab's Treasure. Honestly, I have no idea when this game was announced, but I feel like I've been following this game ever since its first, initial announcement trailer from Aggro Crab. This game has been in my wish list ever since it was able to, and of course, I missed the launch trailer and I missed the launch day because I was too busy playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, which I could have been playing 8 years ago. So I missed out on the first few days of this game's release. And when I finally opened Steam for the first time in months, because I am not a Steam user, I saw that it was released and jumped on it immediately. This is the second game ever made by the developer and publishing team Aggro Crab. And to me, that is one of the most insane things to think about. This game is absolutely fantastic. I love this game. I would die for this game. It's almost a perfect gaming experience. Does that mean that the game is perfect itself? Not at all. Let me tell you, there is a lot of frustrating elements in this game, okay? For example, the parry system in this game, in my opinion, sucks shellfish, okay? Like, it's awful, but I mean, some people like it. And this game is one of those games where you're going to be very opinionated on it because of A, the writing style of the story, B, the art style, and C, just the general combat. But in my opinion, I agree with the all reviews section on Steam that says very positive. I think this is one of the best games to come out this year. This game is basically a 3D platforming Souls-like action RPG that takes place in a vibrant undersea kingdom that's pretty much on the verge of collapse. You basically play as this little hermit crab looking to save his shell. And I really wasn't expecting much of the story to hit me with this game. You know, typically with Souls-like games, it can either have a really, really good story or a story that I'm just like, hey, that's cool. I'm glad it's there. I'm just here to kill some shit. And this game has a mix of those things. But again, I think that this game is fantastic. The fact that this is Aggro Crab's second game just absolutely blows my mind. Now, if you told me that at certain parts of the game, I wouldn't be so surprised because, man, there are a lot of bugs, there are a lot of glitches, a lot of the times hitboxes don't do the things that they're supposed to be doing, but I can give this game kind of a pass for that because this isn't a huge AAA developed or published game. This is pretty much a studio of like two dudes, at least from the looks of their like announcement trailer and everything. Obviously the team is probably bigger than that, but this is a very small team crafting such a phenomenal game. It gives me like the Hi-Fi Rush energy, which, you know, obviously Hi-Fi Rush probably had a much bigger team because that team that made that game had a lot more experience with game creation. But honestly, from the art style to the music, this game just really knocks it out of the park. I think that the art style here, the best way I can describe it, it's almost like if someone modded the newer SpongeBob Battle of the Bikini Bottom rehydrated game and just made it a Souls-like and like tweaked the art style ever so slightly, because that is the immediate vibe I got from it, and I absolutely love Battle for Bikini Bottom, so this was almost a hit immediately for me. The comedy here actually lands really well. From the looks of the trailers and everything, I knew that there were probably going to be some really shitty C puns and jokes in here, but the way they were like written in with the rest of the dialogue was really good in my opinion. I also think that the voice actors all do a great job. I don't really think there's a single kind of moment where I'm not pleased with the voice acting. Again, I kind of just turn my brain off while playing these types of games, so I wasn't really paying attention with a lot of the dialogue. I could understand the story, I could understand what was going on, and I was there for it. Also, I died more in the first 10 minutes of this game than I did in Demon Souls. I don't know why. It tells you that you need a controller. I'm not a controller player. I'm a mouse and keyboard king. Not a king because I suck at games, but I usually just play every game I touch with a mouse and keyboard unless it's on my PlayStation, so I didn't really feel like hooking up a controller here. I definitely should have though, and if you're going to play this game, please just follow what it recommends you to do. And I mean, they're updating the game. Like, they just updated it, I want to say on the 6th of May, so about a week or two ago, where they talked about how they were trying to fix a lot of the bugs, and even then they are constantly giving updates to the community, which is something I really like. Now, I don't usually look at reviews, especially through the Steam store, but I mean, IGN gives this game an 8, which, if you care at all, doesn't mean a damn thing because IGN fucking sucks. Tryhard Guides though gives this game a 10. Like, it says everything about another crab's treasure just works, and that is how I describe it. Like, it's hard to say why this game is so much fun and why I just personally feel so passionate about it. Maybe it's because I love the ocean and I love water. I don't know. Alex instilled that shit in me. Shout out Alex, because he just loves every single thing that looks like water. Now, I'm not a huge Souls-like individual. I'm not someone who knows the nicks and crannies of the genre, but you can feel that the creative team behind this game does. Like I said at the start, I'm not a fan of the parry system. That's also just my intuition of being a terrible video game player. There's probably a lot of people who enjoy it. I don't know. I see some people complain about that in like the reviews for the game on Steam. Just for me, I did like a really good parry system, so I don't know. I've been spoiled though with games like the Arkham games, so it also felt like they were trying to do something new pretty much the entire time, and I think that is why I like this game so much. There's so much in this game that's recognizable in similar Souls-like experiences, but the shell mechanic alone makes this game so cool. You also have a really big like skill tree that you can unlock and really customize your hermit crab the way you like, and I wasn't expecting that going into this game. I thought that, yeah, maybe each shell would have like a different defense stat. I wasn't expecting them to have like a weight that would slow you down, or for the shells to have Umnai abilities, or in this game they just have like the special powers essentially. I wasn't expecting that going in, and maybe that's why I found so much joy in it. Sorry, it's umami. Umami? Umami techniques? Fuck it. I don't know. I can't read. The shell mechanic of this game that I just mentioned is arguably my favorite part of the game. It seems like in the reviews that's also most people's like favorite portion of the game. To me, I just think it is so perfectly crafted. There's not a second once I got the shell that I was not having fun with the game. And I think that's why this game is so highly guarded in my brain. It's short, it's a really fun experience, and it's just good. Now, I know I started this video mentioning Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That game is a phenomenal game from start to finish. This game, though, is just so good, and sometimes a good game can be better than a fantastic game. Again, to all of the PlayStation ponies, I'm not saying this game is better than Rebirth. I'm just saying, for me, I enjoyed my time in this because of how easy I was able to jump in, jump out, and just enjoy it a little bit more. I don't know. I'm a weirdo, okay? I like smaller indie games, and I like when developers have a lot of love and passion, okay? Just don't come for my house. But all seriousness, Rebirth is definitely my game of the year. Hands down, okay? It's just, everyone calm down. I think the part that just fascinates me so much about this game is just the amount of talent that the publishers and the dev team really showed throughout this game. Again, this game is short and it's a very fun time, but it could have been completely different. The devs could have just not cared. They could have shitted out something with a really good art style just to make a quick buck. But for me, games like this show that gaming is so powerful because you can get a small team of 10 to 15 people and just craft an experience that is phenomenal. If you have enough drive and enough passion and enough power to want to create something, just fucking do it, man. I mean, this team did. Why can't you? You know what I mean? I mean, okay, maybe it's kind of expensive, but I was trying to make a rock rap reference. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. So if you like Souls-likes, go check out this game. If you like Battle of the Bikini Bottom and cool little platforming games, check it out too. It has that. This game is not that hard. I mean, I suck at games and I was able to get through it, so maybe that's saying something about the game. I don't know. You're definitely going to hear me talk about this game more in the future, like when I do my best game of the year so far video, or when I do my 10 games of 2024, because right now this game is sitting at number 2. So yeah, that's right, I said it. I like this game better than Dragon's Dogma 2. Please don't. Actually, I have a cat and a girlfriend. I don't want to die. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to go check this game out, please do so. I really, 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 really recommend it. I asked the developers and the publishers if I could have a code for this game, and I never got a response. That just shows you how much I really love about this game, because usually I'm kind of a petty motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie. I'm usually pretty petty, but I had to give it to them. They absolutely killed it with this game. So please go support small dev teams, so that way we don't live in a world where Microsoft can just close every single studio on the planet. Thank you guys so much. I was trying to say something. I was trying to think of a funny, I was gonna say stay salty because of the ocean. You know, God, I hate myself.